Hello, 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 hello. Hello out there in YouTube land. Kisses to my subscribers, kisses to my friends, kisses to my family out there. Thank you so much for joining me and being a part of this. You know, Meghan puts her crap out there, and so when she puts her crap out there, she opens herself up to all kinds of attacks. And we know it's her because this is what they've been doing for the last 2 or 3 years since they've come over here to the United States, is their shenanigans. And then Scobie, I don't know what this is on my face. Scobie is running around, now he's a victim. It's my book, and now, the reception of it is just so-and-so, so-and-so. And I'm hurt. You knew what you was doing, Scobie, when you sent them that manuscript of the book, and those names were in there. It has to be. There's only one way that got in there, is that Scobie sent that copy to the publisher, and they published the book. Wasn't no accident. Didn't nobody add that name. He had already had it in there. What's the funny part about it is he totally denying the whole thing. This is what Meghan told him to do. Deny, deny, deny. Just whatever you do, just deny it. No matter what they say, just deny it. Now people are trying to investigate, trying to figure out, okay, what happened. They even called the lady that transcribed it. She's all scared about her job being lost. And whose fault is that? Now, I blame Scobie on her job being on the line because he's lying on everybody else, talking about how he didn't send that copy. Meghan wanted us to know. This wasn't a quick inky dink. I know we're not shocked. That's the one thing I can say that didn't happen during this reveal and a book got put over there. To me, it wasn't breaking news. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. He wants people to buy his book. They need the money. He needs the money. And he said he was going to reveal it, and he did exactly what he said he was going to do. And it's a publicity stunt. Of course it is. And it's more than just that. It's fulfilling Meghan's obligation. Normally you can't get her to shut up. Now all of a sudden she didn't shut up. Hello, girl. Hello, Meghan. We're looking at you. You wanted us to know that Catherine was the one person that said it, and you wasn't even in the room, so you don't even know? So you're guessing? Insinuating? I think there should be a crime for insinuating stuff. Listen, we got a video of Kinsley. I know, it is what it is. I'm waiting on George the Giant Slayer. Where are you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? He gonna break that down like a 2-year-old. Like 4 2-year-olds like myself. Bloop, 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 bloop. And we're gonna deep dive that sucker. And we're gonna show you that Meghan knew everything about it. He knows it too. Listen, if you've been hanging out with the Meghan story, you know that she's done this. This is her motive. And for some odd reason, during her planning of this plotness, she wanted to change the name from Camilla to Catherine. I'm sorry. From Camilla to Catherine. It wasn't Camilla that said it. It was Catherine. Now, my dog know that Meghan is lying. Okay? He know. She lying. Because everybody know that Catherine don't care. And she's not thinking about stupid stuff like that. Oh, okay. So Meghan, you're trying to tell us that she just stepped into the monarchy herself. She's new. She's still trying to really get acclimated to her part and what she's going to be contributing to the royal family. According to Meghan, she's over there talking about this is why I know she's lying. Help me out, guys. So Meghan, in the book, it says that it's Catherine. Okay? She did it. She was the one. And immediately, red flags go up like, okay, first you meant to get the book out in the opening. And then now you're lying on a whole different person. God, I forgot what I was going to say. It sucks too. Because it's really good. You guys would really like this. Let me see if I can pause it. Okay, we're going to have to move on for that moment. But no, I do want to say this because it might pop back up at me. That Meghan is, she's lying because, okay, Catherine just stepped up into the kingdom. She just got married to her husband. And here's another thing. Why would Catherine have a say about if the kids would have titles based on the skin color? Okay? Because according to Meghan, that it was going to be an issue. And what was the issue going to be? That the kids might not receive titles or get security because of their skin color. Now, that night might be it, but I'm putting that in there because I believe that that's what she said. I'm saying it. And so how would Catherine have an issue with the color of the skin as if it would affect the monarchy in any way because the skin tone is dark? See, that's where it starts to get stupid because Oprah responded. She was like, oh, what do you mean there's a problem with the skin color? You're saying that there's going to be a problem depending on how dark the skin color is going to be? And Meghan said yes, and potentially of what that would look like. And so you, Meghan, accused Catherine of saying something racist about whatever you're accusing her of. But then it doesn't make sense because Catherine doesn't have any, she's not making the rules or Catherine is new herself. And so why would Catherine have a definitive concern about the color of Meghan's baby if she can't write any rules or take titles or take security away? Why would Catherine be concerned, Meghan? That's why Catherine got out the car in that green outfit or blue, whatever color it was, looking good with her husband, because she knows it's a whole bunch of shenanigan stuff going on over here because Meghan is talking too much and telling off on herself, because it doesn't make sense that Catherine would have concerns about the skin color as if she can change the laws. I'm going to say that again. Meghan tells us that it's Catherine, and they were concerned. Catherine was concerned of what color. Catherine, of all people, she is not a real, excuse me, scratch that. I can't believe it. What I'm saying is that Catherine married into the family, just like the Jesuit tramp Meghan. Okay. And so she herself is continuing to get acclimated, find her footing, figure out where she wants to be, and have her voice heard. And she's doing that as we speak. But she's constantly growing into her role as a queen. Flip back to Meghan. How is the skin color? And I don't care if you're a senior role or not, but I don't think that, here's the kicker, that I don't believe that Catherine would get involved in making decisions based on what her skin color, based on the color of Meghan's skin color of her tone of her kid. That Catherine would have a say in it, number one, reject to it, number two, or have any input about how it would affect the Commonwealth because he's dark. But Meghan doesn't even say that it affects anything. She never says why. She's insinuating. Just like she's insinuating that they had a conversation about the skin color when I just heard that Harry wasn't even in the room. It was one of the aides. And the aides told Harry. And Meghan twisted it and made it her own. Let's really dig into that, guys. Why would Catherine even care? Why would Catherine have any stake on saying that, no, Charles, don't give the kid, this is that stupid stuff. Catherine's one of the racism that said, King Charles, don't let Meghan have titles or get security because of what it might look like, if their skin is too dark. See, it takes us all the way back to Oprah Winfrey. Hello, Oprah, are you home, girlfriend? Because your name is being spread around in the news. said, honey, this was about 3 or 4 years ago when the original video came out. I said, honey, look at me. I said, this video that Oprah is doing with these two is going to haunt her. I said, this is going to be one of the biggest mistakes in her careers. Hello, Oprah, are you home? Your name is being brought up in another situation. Remember on the Oprah show when you asked her about how dark, how they were concerned about how dark the color of your baby's skin would be? Yes, and potentially how that would look and issues surrounding that. That don't even sound logical. And so Catherine's sitting, her and King Charles in his chair, and she in hers, talking about, yes, King Charles. We are not, we can, the color of the baby's skin is going to affect the rest of the monarchy. So I don't believe that, they should get security or, titles or anything because of the color of their skin. As stupid as I sound saying it, that's how stupid it is. And that's what Meghan is trying to say. Because the bottom line is that everybody was curious about what the baby was going to look like. Okay, so let's move on. Listen, Scobie is a narcissistic person as well. And I believe soon and very soon, the tutor will have him pinned up on his narcissistic ways, and whoever else, and the body language guy is going to bring it to light that Scobie is lying and telling fibs too, because now he's the victim. Meghan told him, listen, play the victim. If you play the victim card, you'll get out. Just say you didn't do it, and now the things that he's like, the way that the book has been portrayed, I'm not as happy as I thought I was going to be. The book was being trashed before you wrote it. Check it out. I did a video 4 months ago about you. And so was everybody else, saying it's going to be the same word salad. It's going to be the same stuff. And you didn't disappoint. You did the same thing. You did what we said you were going to do. You went on there bashing the royal family, making Meghan and Harry look like the heroes. Heroes are coming, Meghan and Harry. Yeah, and everybody else is trash bash. He didn't say nice. The reason why I know Meghan wrote the book, because they never said anything nice about anyone in the family in anything that they have done in none of their endeavors. And so this same book, same outline, same trash, same game, same stupidity is in it again. They are not saying anything new. Not just they're not saying anything new. It's that it's the same script. Same script, different day. I was going to say something else, but I forgot. In mid-sentence. That this hasn't changed. The narrative continues to be... I forgot what I was saying. I did. On that note, let's get to the video.
Allege that Charles and Kate raised copies of Endgame in the Netherlands allege
Listen to that. Let's listen to it.
Charles and Kate raised concern. Copies of Endgame in the Netherlands allege that Charles and Kate raised concerns about what skin color Meghan and Harry's first child would have.
Come on, guys. Let's just give me a minute. I know I take a long time, but I need a minute, because when she says that Catherine was concerned, as if she was in charge of changing any laws or in charge of making the decisions on what's going to happen to the kids, or that's why Catherine and William is moving on with the move on, and they don't believe it and they don't care because it's lies. And she probably is disappointed and probably got upset, Catherine, and shook it off and said, okay, this is what she does all the time. This is nothing new. She's talking about me. She hates me. She can't stand me. I'm her enemy within. And you know what? I have to continue to live my life normally. And if this woman wants to continue to take herself down by using me to do that, well, you know what? That's her business. That's her. That's what she wants to do. But here is the kicker. Catherine, listen to the commentator how she specifically says that Catherine had a concern. Catherine is a new person to the monarchy herself. She's not sitting around talking about Meghan to Charles. That's something her family, I'm not saying her family would do, but who knows? That's something she would do because she keeps talking about it. Tyler Perry knows who said it too. I wonder, Tyler Perry, did she said it was Camilla and then you heard him say Catherine and now they done changed it? I would be like, I know she did. I know she's told him that it was Meghan. She's a liar, and I know she's been lying to those celebrities. But what's interesting about this is that we know for a fact that Catherine is new to the monarchy. She's not thinking about how a skin color would affect the monarchy. She just wants to make sure that she's doing her part that's going to uplift the monarchy. And that's what makes it Meghan's lie. This is Meghan's lie against her sister. This is Meghan's continued attack on her sister-in-law. Now, this is the effed up part about everything. And, I said I was going to stop the swearing. Remember when she said that Catherine didn't come and see about her? And, God, I forgot. Yes, I should have said that and then said it. I gotta bring it back. Did you see how she pointed the fingers at Catherine and said how Catherine didn't help her during her mental state when she was having a mental breakdown? But Meghan, what about how you treated your own sister, your half sister, whatever you want to call her? How about how you treated her and went on the Oprah show and defamed her and your father? What about the docuseries when you had her daughter on there? That would have pissed me off. Honestly, Samantha was calm. Like, whatever. So you want Catherine to be this big loving person, but Catherine is. But you're nothing like that. And you're the point fingers and blame everyone for your mishaps or whatever happens to you. And then you trash those that you don't like or you don't want in your life anymore, that you don't want to deal with, like they're trash. Take the trash out. That's how she treats her family. That's how she treated her family. And her sister have a defamation suit out on her. And it is going to court. Do you hear me? She's going to court November 20-something. And now they're going to be pulling evidence and stuff. But Meghan describes herself when she's talking about people. When she's talking about her sister-in-law and saying that her sister-in-law was this bad person because she didn't see about her mental condition. But yet and still, you will get on TV and trash your own sister's reputation and let the Sussex Squad attack her to the point where you got to go to court and you got to show evidence that you're not this person. You have to go to court. This is so exciting news. It is, because now there's going to be some unraveling of the truth. Like it did when she finding freedom and she didn't write it with, Miss Scobie. What, Meghan, you are in some serious trouble, girlfriend. Woo! Honestly, I told you guys I'm putting this all in paper because it's hard to keep up with this stuff. Anyway. No. She talks really discouraging, really disparaging things about her sister, and then wants her sister-in-law to pat her on the back like she's some good angel, like she's some caring person, like she cares about someone else's mental health. You didn't care about Samantha's mental health when you were trashing her. And that's why she's going, defamation, that's a bad suit. They're coming for you for defamation, Meghan. No, your sister-in-law don't have no cases. She ain't catch a case. That's what we call her. So, Meghan, Catherine doesn't have all these cases. And this catty thing's going on. Her friends from high school and college, they're still friends. Her and her sister are like this. And they're doing it. And her father and her family. They have a whole knit thing going on over there. You could have it too, but you killed everybody off. And then after you killed everybody else, you wanted the royals to come to your rescue. Oh, my sister-in-law didn't do this for me, and she didn't do that for me, and she's some mean person, and she made me cry. Oh, it wasn't me, it was me. And guess what? She's the royal racist, by the way. I wonder, is it worse being called racist by someone that is claiming it and you know it isn't true? Is it worse that Meghan is lying about it? Or is it, I think it's worse that she's lying about it. Let's move on.
But the author says this is a printing error and books have now been pulled from the shelves in Holland. Speaking to the BBC...
Meghan, just tell him it was a printing error or something like that and whatever. We're just going to move on.
Last night, Scobie doubled down on his claims that it was all a mistake and that he never named anyone specifically.
Yeah, what a series of events, right? And what a frustrating experience.
He knew what he was doing. He knew he was finna start a firestorm, and he was prepared for it. He might have got a little bit more than what he thought because he thought people were just gonna be like, oh, okay, it's okay, it was an accident. No, we are requiring some receipts. Where's the letters that she showed you? Where's the proof? She's lying. Oh, the liar.
To me, for a book that was so heavily...
Printing error and books have now been pulled from the shelves.
Look how he starts to put his own self on a pedestal, how hard he worked on the book, how he dedicated himself to this. Let's listen.
Holland. Speaking to the BBC last night,
there he go, acting stupid and dumb, like he know that when he put those names in the book that he wasn't going to stir up some controversy. But here's the thing, what he didn't, here's where he didn't enlist. Here's where they don't consider all options on their side when they're doing stupid stuff, that it would turn on you. And now the subject is who leaked it, not who said it. What was said and who said it, it plays a part in it. But now we're coming after you and trying to figure out, wait a minute, how did it get in there? Did you sneak it in there and now you're lying to us? Was you not expecting to get the questions and the backlash that you're getting? No. I was going to say something else, but no, he's the victim. Meghan's the victim. He's the victim. They're both victims all of a sudden. Now he's a victim because he worked so hard and he accidentally, no, he's not even owning up to his mess up at all. He's not. He's trying to deflect away from the whole situation and talk about how it made him feel. Don't nobody care how it made you feel. This is your book. This is your baby. You're responsible for your own actions. And that's what I say about Meghan all the time. You're responsible for your own. Did nobody twist your arm and make you marry into a racist royal family? I saw her walking down the aisle in the dress. I don't know when she got the conversation before they got married, but she didn't question it before she got married, but now she's questioning it and now she's naming it. That's that petty blackmailing stuff. I believe it. I believe she's blackmailing the royal family, trying to at least, because only bullies do stupid stuff like this, go on national TV and start pointing the fingers and calling people racist, and now we out here having debate about what's racist and what's not. We know for a fact that this isn't, and this shouldn't be up for debate. It should be shut and closed, and we should be moving on to who did this and why. Meghan did it, and Scobie did it for her. And now he's acting like he's the victim behind a book that he wrote, that he had full control over. So there's no sympathy there, buddy. And if you didn't want us to know who the two people were, because y'all added, now it's two people. At first... They make it up as they go along. Well, this was your last makeup look, Miss Meghan. But here's the kicker. Where is she? We couldn't stop her from seeing her. Do you guys remember how many times we saw Meghan and how often? How often? I could go down a whole bunch of, like, sorry, I'm looking. It's dark under there. Anyway, sorry. No. Come out and play. Hello, Meghan. Where are you? Are you hiding again? Why? Because are you getting in trouble by a few people? And you're telling them to kiss your butt because you can do whatever you want to do with it? Because I would have fired. I would have been like, if she wants to keep paying me, that's fine. But that's her fault.
Down on his claims that it was all a mistake and that he never named anyone specifically.
Yeah, what a series of events, right? And what a frustrating experience for me for a book that was so heavily...
It's frustrating for him. Oh, how is it frustrating for you, Scobie, when you did the dirt? When you did it, you're sitting on this TV looking like an idiot. And some will believe him and some won't. Some will be like, oh, look at him. He didn't mean to do it. And most will be like, okay, what? That sounds like that New York City car chase. It was 2 hours, paparazzi in Manhattan. Just like he don't know how 2 names popped up in a book. And look, they happened to be right where the crucial moment was going to be. Meghan, hello. Word on the street is that you don't want to say anything because you know that you're a part of this. And being silent shows that, oh, you probably was a part of it. Because we know how you like to come out with a statement. You came out a statement with the New York City car chase the very next day because everybody was saying how you didn't.
Vetted, legaled, I's dotted, T's crossed.
No, there's no legals and dot T's. If it was, we wouldn't have a leaked book. That's that stupid stuff.
And what a frustrating...
No, Meghan used him as a pawn. She used him to try to take down Catherine. And she has been warning them since this day that if you don't give me what I want, whatever that is, balcony, whatever, come over here and do whatever. No, Meghan wants an apology. And she's trying to push it out this way. And so she's waiting for the royal family to say that they're sorry for any grievances they may have caused by a conversation. But they haven't even acknowledged that that conversation went down. And so she's trying to fix her reputation, but at the same time burying it. Because you're not going to get an apology from King Charles. That's what she wants. That's what she needs to be able to be vindicated. And so that's why she's spewing this stuff out. But something has happened. And someone said, well, this is it. She has no more stuff to tell. No, Meghan is a thug. She will continue to find a reason.
Experience for me
in
for
jail.
A book that was so heavily vetted, legaled, I's dotted.
Anyone specifically.
It hurts to hear the lie.
What a series of events, right? And what a frustrating experience.
I'm not even mad at Miss Scobie. But when he starts trying to play tricks on us, people don't like to be lied to and people don't like to be tricked. And so he's tricking us into believing that he's the victim. He didn't know what was going to happen. And it's he can't believe it.
Me, for a book that was so heavily vetted, legaled, I's dotted, T's crossed, and a book that I was extremely proud of, now completely overshadowed by an event that's caused me
completely overshadowed by your shenanigans, your disrespect to the kingdom, your disrespect to anyone. You didn't care about Catherine or the king and all those people you named in your book. Of course he's not going to apologize. He doesn't have any empathy. He meant and wanted to do that. He did that for Meghan and himself to make money. And he had no feelings whatsoever because he was already coming out with the titles, the queen and something like that. The royal racist and this stupid stuff like that. I mean, the titles alone was despicable. And now he's trying to pretend that poor is me. No one feels sorry for you, Oldman Scobie. No, you did this on your own. You wanted this to happen. Ain't no allegedly. Allegedly would mean it wouldn't have been in there. He wanted it, so did Meghan. And now he's trying to backtrack and lie to us. That's the piss off part, is the denial of it all. Like he didn't know. And then you got the translator shaking in her boots because he's over here lying.
A lot of frustration as well. Have a full investigation going on into this series of events that happened.
We. Who is we? You ain't got nothing. That's a lie too. And unless someone else is involved with the investigation, I don't think he's like hunting for this person. That's that BS. You are the corporate. They're looking for you. They're looking directly at you.
This whole row, you'll remember, started after Meghan Markle's infamous interview with Oprah Winfrey back in 2021. Let's have a quick reminder of what she actually said.
Yeah.
And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What? About this going to be?
What she actually said.
Catherine would actually care what color the skin is going to be? Like Catherine is up at night concerned? That's that stupid stuff. Catherine concerned? Charles concerned after he walked you down the aisle? And gave you over to his son so that you guys could consummate the marriage to have a baby? Come on, guys. Just open up. Not us. I'm talking about them that's still in the dark. Come on. Common sense. This ain't making common sense. That King Charles walked her down the aisle. Now he's racist. If he didn't like her, then why would he walk down the aisle with her? If he was concerned about if they were concerned about Meghan's skin color, knowing that when they produce babies, it's going to come out looking some kind of colorish, then why did they even agree to have her be a part of the royal dynasty? To be a senior working royal, not a pre-seat. No, she was here, the top. And then all of a sudden they just started stripping you of your titles and start putting you in a dungeon and start talking about you and mistreating you and taking money from you and security. No, that is not what the freak happened. That's what Meghan wants you to think what happened. But we saw with our own two eyes that Meghan was being treated like a queen. And since she didn't get her way and still isn't, because it's something she wants.
And also concerns and conversations about how dark
it's something that she wants that she's not getting.
his skin might be when he's born.
Infamous interview with Oprah Winfrey back in 2021.
Just imagine.
Let's have a quick
Catherine.
reminder of what she actually said.
Catherine is new to the firm.
And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What? About how dark your baby is going to be?
Yeah, Oprah.
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Hold up.
There's
Stop
several
right now.
There's several conversations.
There's a
about
conversation with you?
with Harry.
Okay.
2 years later, Prince Harry dismissed any claims of racism.
Yes, he did.
In the Oprah interview, you accuse members of your family of racism. You don't even, of
The British press.
What happened, Meghan? What? How dark your skin, baby, would be? And Catherine said that too? But wait a minute. Your husband said that you didn't say that. And now you're saying it again.
Said that.
right.
Did Meghan ever mention?
You
Look at
accuse
him.
members of your family.
Look who's at the center of the drama. Listen to who he said. He said Meghan. Meghan is the corporate. This right here is going to be the downfall of Meghan. And it's not my fault. I'm just saying it because I see it. I see it. I saw it when she said it, and I see it now. It will never end. She won't let it, and it's just never going to go away.
Of racism, you don't even,
The British press said that.
Okay.
Right.
Ooh, look at the blame. Look how that blame hit in. The British press. It's their fault. Oh, Miss Scobie, We're doing an investigation. We're going to get to the bottom of this. To the bottom of what? You're at the bottom and the top, honey. And then here go the other pet on here defending her too. Did Meghan ever say that? Did she ever do that? Meghan never said that. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She said it. Her mother said it. Boozy said it. They all said it. And Oprah said it. And Gail said it. Did Meghan say that? Look at him trying to make sure he protect her, because he know if he get home and he don't say that Meghan didn't do it, he's going to get a whooping.
Did Meghan ever mention that they were
That
racist?
booty.
She said there were troubling comments about
There
his
was
skin
concern
colour.
about his skin colour.
Right. Wouldn't you describe that as essentially racist?
I wouldn't, not having lived within that family.
Joining me in the studio now, barrister
Really?
Paula from LA, podcast host Kinsey Schofield. Good to have you aboard again, Kinsey. Let me start with
I
Paula
gotta
because
check the food.
the suggestion.
Okay. We're out of wine. I don't want any more. Okay. So TMZ had, just real quick, TMZ had Meghan on their show the other day. And they leaked something about how they were moving to LA. So, don't nobody care. Move. Tell us when you get there. Okay, here we go.
Family's response, or that given on their behalf, is that all options are being considered, that what might happen is some kind of legal action taken against someone. But this is such a deeply convoluted tale, it's quite hard to know how anyone could be sued or exactly who would be
Miss
sued,
Scobie
or indeed for
and
what.
Meghan.
Absolutely. And don't forget, Vanessa, one thing that you always have to remember when you're considering litigation is litigation risk. Whatever type of claim you might think you have, what you don't want to do is to step into an arena where actually you're no longer in control. It's
I
a
really
judge.
don't care what she's saying.
You're reliant on your barristers. You don't know what the evidence is going to be necessarily coming from the other side. And of course, there are things that you might not necessarily want to discuss, which you would have to. All of that is now going to be
I don't
laid
care
out
for
on the
her.
table. So privacy may well be an issue here.
And also, I'm wondering who would be prosecuted or sued by whom if some action were taken. Would it be the author himself?
Yes.
Would it be the publishers, the
No,
Dutch
it would be
publishers
the
and
author.
translators, or whom would it be?
Absolutely. I think potentially all of those who you've just identified could be named.
Yeah.
I think what they would look at, they'd look at the chain,
And
wouldn't they, of
William just
command
might
in terms of
too.
who had their
He might
hands on the
get sick of
manuscript,
this.
who was the decision maker. Ultimately,
Meghan?
there is something called vicarious liability. If you're an employee...
That's that stupid stuff. Megan's the decision maker. Oh, okay. Let's play dumb.
And you were the faithful work experience employee, Vanessa,
I don't even know
who
if I was
printed everything
really gonna
off
show
and thought
this
you'd done
one.
an
Get
amazing
with it.
job, but off it went and to be published. Ultimately, it's not going to be you. It would be the publishers. But of course, it's still going to be a very complicated task to identify who that person is. There will be a lot of talking. There'll be a lot of discussion.
On the radio, but also in the street to one another. And I wonder
Here we
how
go.
it's playing out in America.
She wants to know how it's playing
It's-
out in America. She's asking Kinsley Schofield, how is it playing out in America?
I would say not necessarily on the front page of our newspapers,
Told you.
but it's certainly,
Megan's not in the front page of our news. She's not. She is not. They don't have her all in these magazines at the front like they do over there in the UK. She is not being talked about. No one cares about the book. No one cares about who she named. It doesn't matter over here because the bombshell already happened with Oprah. That happened. We don't. She said they. And so they put all of them in one category. It doesn't matter if it was King Charles or Catherine or whoever it was, Meghan. It doesn't matter that you want to keep resurrecting this stupidity of yourself because it's stupid. And the way that you guys are throwing it out there just looks even more childish and just like a game. We know old Scobie is lying. But here's the kicker. It's not going well in the Americans. No one knows. If I'll call my sister, and she knows she watches my show all the time. Kisses to you, Juanita. She watches my show all the time, and she knows nothing about Meghan. And then when I'm talking to her, she acts like she just learned it for the first time. No, she knows a little bit, but she's not going to care about this book. She's not going to run out and get it. She doesn't care. The only people that care is us, and, you know, the UK does. They're in the news. They're in every tabloid. They're in everywhere. They're on the front page over there. Not over here. No one cares. We have come to realize that there is something wrong with her, and no one can take her seriously. If you do, you're going to get in trouble. So no, even if we did know about the book, we wouldn't take her seriously. Let me tell you something. She doesn't hit prime time. She doesn't hit TMZ. But I watched TMZ today and yesterday. Nothing about this. Nothing about what they named. And I was sure that TMZ was going to, maybe they're about to, because it's starting to circulate. So maybe it just takes a minute. But the thing is that no one cares. And people are going to be like, Catherine, like, that doesn't even make sense. Why would... It doesn't, one and one, it doesn't add up. And so that's when people are going to get suspicious. And then people are going to start looking at Meghan again. So I would say Kinsley's circle and the people that she knows, especially those celebrities, they keep up with her. But here's the thing. Why would I want to be her friend knowing that she would talk about me or mistreat me or throw me to the wolves, or, you know, and if she's not doing it on live TV, she's doing it in her circles. She's telling people who to like and who not to like. I don't roll with them anymore, so don't you. Let's move on.
Taking over the headlines when it comes to some of these celebrity gossip websites. They're eating this up. You know, another soap opera storyline for Americans when it comes to the British royal family. And yeah, I think that Meghan Markle, just watching all of this unfold today, I wonder if she regrets doing that Oprah Winfrey interview.
No.
Because everything...
See, there go Kinsley down that lane that she just goes down every now and then. No, she doesn't regret it. Why the hell would she regret it when she wanted the names out there? She hasn't denounced it. She hasn't said that she doesn't want it out there. Meghan wants this information known to us so that we can be pissed off and attack Catherine. No, she doesn't wish she didn't do the interview. She's glad she did it. She knows exactly what she's trying to do. She's trying to get an apology from King Charles, and I believe she's threatening him through the airwaves. But I do not think, Kinsley, that she regrets anything.
Moving forward after that, they tried to avoid the narrative of Archie's skin color.
Okay, yeah. So now they're trying to be like, well, that's just a facade. That's fakeness. No. Meghan still wants us to know who the racist is. What happened to her? Don't forget. Don't forget about Meghan. Don't forget about Meghan. Let's make a movie. Don't forget about Meghan. No.
Didn't want to talk about it on the Netflix special. Prince Harry avoided it in his book Spare.
No, they talked about it on the Netflix special. They did. They just didn't go into detail. Well, didn't the mother talk? Didn't they talk about colonialism? They talked about colonialism. They talked about Doria said it was pure racism, and that's her baby, and all this stupid stuff.
If they had regrets about the Oprah Winfrey interview, and if today they're sitting in
anything that they do, because when they blame everybody else, if anything goes wrong, Spotify was wrong. They don't regret that. They just regret what happened. No.
You know, saying, you know, that really was such a negative experience, and we're being haunted by it today.
I mean, I have read...
Meghan is still with the narrative. She's never stopped the narrative. And maybe she wants to call it convert or internal racism, whatever new name they have for racism. Maybe she wants to name it and not call it racism. Meghan wanted us to know she doesn't regret anything.
Game. I've read every single word on every single page. I would swear to that in a court of law. And I would say...
All she does is just continue with it. Well, I'll fix it. I'll just do this. I'll just do that. No, Meghan knows exactly what she's doing. She's a full-blown war attack on the royal family. Like, full-blown.
The thesis that Omid Scobie is really kind of promoting in the book is that the monarchy is pretty much defunct, that it's on its last legs, that it's old-fashioned, hidebound, prejudice, privilege.
No, that's Meghan that doesn't want the monarchy anymore. That's her and him collaborating together, trying to bring down the dynasty that they are. No, so she wants it to crash so she can look good. See, I told you it wasn't going to work out. I told you King Charles wasn't a good leader. I told you that she was racist. No, she's a nightmare. Why you want Catherine to do all this stuff for you, but then when it comes to her, you offer her nothing. You don't praise her when she goes out and help those with mental health, but instead you attack her on the worldwide stage. So who's the victim? Catherine's the victim. You're making her out to be. And people are starting to see that. You're not the victim. You're not even over there. You're doing your own thing over here. So why are you messing with someone that has left, that you're not even a part of anymore? You can't help yourself. Yeah, you want to continue to stay relevant over here too. I think she's trying to get in a row out of the American people. She already knows what the UK, in sense that they're going to put it out there. But the United States is the one that she's trying to get our attention to say the bad royals. See. No, it's you.
You know, possibly racist and doesn't have much of a future. Now, obviously, in this country, there are some people who agree with him. In fact, there may be more people who agree with him maybe than other people might realize. But in this country, there is a huge well of affection for and loyalty to the royal family. How's that playing out in America?
I mean, I do think that we admire the royal family. We have for quite some time, and I was surprised by the amount of support we saw King Charles III have upon the death of Queen Elizabeth II. There's still interest in them. I mean, look at The Crown. Americans love to watch The Crown, and we've got that coming out in 2 weeks. So more of that chaos is going to be stirred up.
We love the royals. We love it. We don't talk about it as much as we should, but we love the pageantry. We love the royals. No, Kinsley's not answering the question. Let me help her. No, we do. We don't like liars. We don't like people to start making up stories about their in-laws and it's not true. And then you're just going to force us to believe stuff. We're not for that. And we are for what they stand for. They're our allies. And why are we fighting them? Meghan, why are you fighting your husband's family? Why? Why are you mistreating them this way? What have they ever done to you other than provide for you? The time that you were in the UK and with Prince Harry, they provided you the security that you need. So you had it. And you didn't want it anymore because you wanted to come over here and brand yourself over here in LA. Let me add to that. Then King Charles, the person that you're calling racist, that did you a favor, that walked you down the aisle because you were having issues and dramatization going on behind the scenes with your family because you didn't want them to be there, and he walked you down the aisle. But he's racist? How dare you? You have no shame that you would talk about the generosity, the things that they did give for her. She doesn't even see the goodness of that. And all she can conjure up is this petty back and forth with her and Harry, because back and forth with us, because the royal family has shut down. The back and forth with the media, that's it. How dare you? When the Queen took time out of her busy set schedule to spend a whole day with you during a walkabout, did you even care about that? Did that mean anything to you? Or was you just business as usual? You used it. You didn't use it as an opportunity to be better. You used it as an opportunity to be nasty. because you didn't say anything nice about that event. No, instead you did that little stupid curtsy on that docuseries, disrespecting the very thing that made you who you are. Come on, celebrities. You guys have got to be better than that. Really? All of those that she's taking pictures with, I'm talking about you, including Kevin, Kelly Rowland, all of you guys. Look who you're taking a picture with. Someone that is evil, that does evil things for no reason other than for their own personal gain, but doesn't care about the other side or how it affects those that she tries to destroy. Come on, come on. Mrs. Kinsley, I don't know where she at.
I do think that Americans take race issues very seriously.
We take it seriously when it is a reason to. And this stupid stuff that Meghan is saying is not racist, and we know that. Then we're all racist. I'm guilty of it because I want to know. I wanted to know every one of what my nieces and nephews would look like. My sister, we would take pictures together and be like, "Girl, what do you think she's gonna look like? What do you think he's gonna look like?" I hope it got worse. I hope he don't have his nose. And so that's what we're thinking. And we also haven't forgot about the New York City car chase. And that's where she failed with United States, because now we realize that, something's up with her. And then now she's coming with this dagger against someone that is meek, kind, and the opposite of what Meghan keeps trying to make her out to be. That's how we know it's a lie thing going on. And Omid Scobie doesn't care about nobody but himself, just like Meghan.
And those names were released 2 years ago. I think that the royal family would have to act much more aggressively.
I don't think so. I don't think it matters today or tomorrow. Like the Me Too movement, did it go somewhere? It's gone. It's under the cover. The Me Too movement still exists. I believe we've done a lot to try to reform the police officers to stop beating on us, to stop doing certain things that are unethical, especially having those cameras. I'm not saying that we're all fixed, but we're going to have to constantly try to do better. There's always room for improvement. I don't know why I went into that.
Things have calmed down here in the States.
No. I don't think we were on this high for Me Too movement. I wasn't. I'm going to speak for myself. It wasn't me like, oh, did they do that? Oh, did they do that? No. Like Stephanie said the other day, there is a clear-cut understanding of racism. And you know when you have been offended. And you don't need to look in no dictionary to know that you've been offended. You don't need to know that it was unconscious bias or underlying overt, all this other stupidity stuff that means nothing. Because whether you're white or you're black, like some of my subscribers have said, they've been married to a white man or a white woman. I'm black and they're white. There's a mixed races going on. Honey, my husband's white. You see my little darling. I don't know what she's white. Kara ain't got she is white as my hand. No. And see, that's okay. I went too far. Let me just stop.
No, we do absolutely admire your royal family.
Paula, there's been much discussion about whether
really
the comments alleged to have been made are actually
have calmed down here in the States. But
racist, or whether they denote simple curiosity, or whether people from all different ethnicities, if there is a dual heritage relationship, will ask something of that kind.
Sorry.
And it won't be because they're racist, it will be because they're interested. Maybe they don't realize that it could potentially be offensive. I just wonder on the level of kind of racism and offense taken and offense given, how highly you rate what's alleged to have been said.
I think that's a difficult question, because often when you believe that you have suffered from racism, there's a context at play, and that context is...
That's that BS. you don't have to dig down deep to know. Did they commit racism towards me? I don't like this new world of racism. I don't. I think it's something wrong with it. Because to me, once again, racism is a word that is very derogatory. And if you ever experienced it, it is nothing like these women are describing. So when they're describing it, they're watering it down to something that is not racism. And so I don't agree with it. I don't. Either you're going to commit it or you don't. And you don't have to say the N word for it to feel like racism. There's other ways of doing it. But it sure isn't this. And if all of America and all of UK says that it's not, in other Australia and other places in Canada, because I got people everywhere, says that it's not, then it's not.
Generally speaking, not one individual event. There would have been a series of events that would lead you to...
Okay, I'm too harsh on her, I know. Because I just remember her back in the day, so forgive me. It has to be a series of events. Meghan wasn't even in the room. And to my understanding, Harry wasn't either. But the problem is that she wasn't even directly affected. And let's just add the icing to the cake, okay? There was a series of events that happened. She gives us one incident, and she has plenty of time to show us in all these different outlets that she keeps using, even open Scobie's book. What new can you tell us other than naming people that you experience racism on a daily, regular basis? Not even that, just more than once. No, let's even take it here. Just one time where you were affected by it immediately and you felt it. So you can't say that Catherine was racist against you and your unborn child if she didn't give you any indication or any vibe or anything that she was, other than you heard it through a third party, you idiot. And what pisses me off, what stings me in the boo, is that how in the hell are we going to take her seriously as a society, as a whole, with her saying this and disparaging and taking down a royal family, a dynasty, in such a way that it can be casually done? They're racist. No. It shouldn't, accusations like this should not be taken lightly. And if they are, they need to be held accountable. Meghan needs to be held accountable, like our sister Samantha is about to hold her accountable. And somebody said they were going. Now I would go too. I will, just to be fun. But I need a seat. Paula M, I'll get with you. If you go, I'll go. You know, if we...
Okay, I'm not going mad. Okay, this is not me with a chip on my shoulder. Okay, this is not me just having a bad... Generally speaking, not one individual event. There would have been a series of events that would lead you to believe, okay, I'm not going mad. Okay, this is not me with a chip on my shoulder. Okay, this is not me just having a bad day, because that happened and this happened and that happened, or somebody else may have come and spoken to you about some behavior that they thought they were...
No, spoken. You were on the right track when you were doing really good. Now she wants to flip over and say someone, because now she's trying to... They keep changing the story. Now, and I'm just going to go out on a limb, trying to say that it was more than once. It was not. It wasn't even once. But like she said, for Meghan not to be in the room when the conversation went down, not to be aware of what all was said and getting it from a third party, and instead of asking King Charles about it or whoever, she did not do that in the beginning. Instead, she decided to tell us first. And so why would you be that careless, Meghan? I'm going to say it again. Careless in that arena if you're not sure. And for you not to have instances over and over again. For example, you didn't get the tiara you want because you was too black. You didn't get the choir you wanted because you was too black. You didn't get the preacher you wanted because you was too black. The preacher was black and the choir was black. Like someone said, King Charles brought in a whole orchestra, a whole choir for your wedding. Gifts for you, laid out at your feet, and you appreciated none. You treated it like crap. Like you deserved it. Like you were, oh, what's next for me? That's how she was in there. Okay, I got all that. The wedding's over. What's next? I remember Catherine being so overwhelmed, so excited about her wedding day, and just so grateful for the people to be out there for her. Not Meghan. She called it a spectacle. You ungrateful brat. A spectacle. A $30 million spectacle. How ungrateful. But she's this humanitarian. You can't fix her to be anything other than what we see, baby dolls. I was going to say something else, but I want, it goes where it goes.
Comfortable about. So if
what
we're
she
looking
said.
at this
I had
as just
another
an
video.
individual event,
Tell me,
then I
guys, say,
struggle.
hey, push them out. Push them out. If you want to see the videos, push them out. Because I'll do it. I'll get it. I'll ask Daddy to keep a little bit, later, whenever I can
To
do
see
it.
how it would be considered as racist. If the conversation was, you know what, I'm concerned about our child's skin colour, Vanessa. What's our child going to look like? Talk to me. I would then expect you to say to me, well, what do you mean, Paula? What's your concern? Well, it could be that I'm concerned because maybe our child's going to suffer racism and I don't know how I'm going to deal with it.
Thank you.
It could be a concern of, well, my child's not.
But Meghan didn't take the time out to do that. She didn't take the time out to talk to the people that supposedly had done this. No, she took it upon herself to use it as leverage to go on the Oprah show and talk down about them. I like where she's taking this. I don't know whose side she on. But it doesn't matter because I agree with her. And what she's saying is, first of all, you got to have a series of events to happen for you to even know, because it could be a one-off. No. Meghan just pinpointed racism and that's it. And then she didn't sit, and I love, she's saying it without saying it. Then I would have sat down and have a conversation with those that said it so I can get an understanding to make sure it wasn't just me. Before I go on the Oprah show and start making a fool out of myself and telling everybody that the kingdom is racist, maybe I need to have a conversation with those that said it. But that is not what she did. She did it after. And I don't believe what she said, but according to her, she still ain't satisfied with the situation. But you know why? Because Meghan is demanding and wanting and cultivating an apology from King Charles. And until she gets that, she is going to continue her crusade against this family. And the reason why is because she thinks she needs that to build up her reputation. No, you've already ruined it with this shenanigan crapola, which if they did apologize to you, it still wouldn't mean anything to us because of who you are. You did not go and have a conversation with King Charles about what was going on. You took it upon yourself to tell us on the Oprah show without consulting those that you think wronged you. But it would have been weird for you to go and talk to them since that they never said anything to you in the first place about your child. And you got it from Harry, or Harry got it from the aide, whoever Harry got it from. See, when they start getting in trouble, they try to hide it and say, well, the aide said it, and the publisher did it, and then whoever translate did it. No, it's you that's doing stuff and evil and really debacle stuff that people shouldn't do, that are family. We're not even talking about stranger. We're talking about family. And it's funny how she loves to attack one, but killed off another because they have nothing to offer her. Her father is on his deathbed and she won't even let him see the kids. But she's some great humanitarian. Nuh-uh. She talks about how Catherine wasn't this nice person. But how are you being nice to your family by withholding the kids and not letting them see their cousins and uncles and aunts and stuff? But Catherine's the mean one. Catherine's the one that's doing all this in society and looking for the camera while you continue to be mean and despicable and keep your kids away from their family members and then talk about their family members on live TV. But you think that she should have came and checked on your mental health? Yeah, there's something wrong with it for sure. But it ain't what you think. No. There's something wrong with the despicable things that you're doing, Meghan, and it's shocking the country, especially the United Kingdom. We never thought it would be this bad. I didn't. I said, well, she probably just come over here and do her thing and move on. No, you are playing games and enjoying every moment of it because you love being talked about. But the place that you can't be talked about is over here where you want it the most. But I don't know who your audience is. Because word on the street is that geographic that you used to have, that group of people, the Sussex Squad and the teenagers and the kids, they're not following you no more. The Generation X or Z, whichever one. Well, I know Kara ain't gonna be.
Going to look like me. And I really want my child to look like me. You know, we just don't know. It could be that the concern was, well, what's it going to be like having a black child in our family? Because everyone's going to think whatever you say.
The same way it's going to feel with a white one. The same way, how it's feeling right now. That's how it feels. Nothing changed when Archie came. The family didn't instantly say, oh, it's going to be chocolate. We got issues. That's that stupid stuff. What concerns? That he ain't going to make it? That's this level. What are you saying? That he ain't going to get in the best colleges because he's mixed? He too dark and he ain't going to be able to have a good life? She can't even, I bet you it's either she has come to light before or I'm talking about this lady that's talking to us, or she's telling us what she has been thinking in private, because it's true what she's saying, but she's saying it in a way where you can't do nothing but be like, yeah, it's not harsh, but ooh, hold on, guys. I got 5 minutes, so if it cuts off in 5 minutes, that means I need to shut the heck up. Okay. No. It doesn't make sense that if the baby pop out is brown, what we gonna do with it now? What we gonna do with it? Here's the baby. It's chocolate. What we gonna do with it, Catherine? What we gonna do with it, Catherine? It's Charles asking her. I don't know. We're going to have issues, though, because it's chocolate now, and I don't know what's going to happen. He might not get in the best schools because he's chocolate. He might not get the best job if he's chocolate. People might take him seriously because he's chocolate. That's what she's saying, and she's bringing it out. Let me tell you something. She don't even know it, but she's doing it. I don't know. But let me tell you something. It was a stupid, stupid comment. And it was stupid for Meghan to repeat, because you can't even place that in a category and try to understand that if it's beyond you that anyone would care that if it was white or black, knowing that she's already whatever color Meghan's going to be and she's married to the prince. Nobody care no more. He walked you down the aisle and you named him in a book, Meghan. How does that make you feel? I know how it makes her feel. Oldman Scobie told us how it makes her feel. She doesn't care. He doesn't feel like they owed them an apology. And for the life of me, Harry, why do you sit back and let your wife wreak havoc on your family? You traitor.
That the child is black, not mixed race, not anything, but the child is black, and that child is going to suffer racism.
What the
So it really does depend.
I said, my mouth. He's going to suffer racism. Okay. Everybody's going to suffer something. And I don't believe that their kids was going to suffer. She said suffer from racism. Oh, okay. So he's going to have a group of kids calling him chocolate. Kara's going to be bullied, I'm sure. And Mama Bear is coming to the rescue. I'm going to explain to her whatever. But it's not going to be the color of her skin. It's going to be for whatever circumstances that she's in at that time. And so don't make this normal. Don't normalize her kids as being bullied like other kids would be if they were in an environment, different environment. I'm not saying that their environment won't will them bullying, but I don't believe that her kids are going to be bullied because they look a certain way. You're going to be bullied anyway, if you are or not. But this is that stupid stuff. What does being bullied and all of that have to do with Meghan calling racism on the kingdom? Nothing whatsoever. It goes back to the stupid stuff that she opened her mouth and said the wrong stuff, and she should be held accountable. And Samantha might be that one.
On the context. Now, I say that because we know, don't we, that Meghan and Harry both feel that she has suffered racism while she was in this country. And we've also heard from Neil Basu, who was the ex-terrorist Met police officer, chief police officer, that Meghan suffered a number of very serious threats to life, and that some people are...
Oh, okay. And Catherine don't either, and William don't either, and all of them don't either. Meghan's the only one getting death threats and all this other stuff. And I believe that she did. I do. But, okay, so, and then what? Now, what do we do with that information? Okay? Does Meghan run off with Harry in the sunset of LA? Or do she stay where she is and be secured and keep, like one of my subscribers said, make sure her family is safe? And stop doing stupid stuff and putting her family at harm and then blaming everybody else for that situation. Because the royal family was keeping her safe, young lady. They were keeping her safe. She had security. She had what she needed to stay safe. And when she left the fold, then she ended that privilege because she said, we're going to do it by ourselves. And so if all of that is taking place, then what are you saying?
now serving prison sentences in relation to...
Right. Okay. So good for them. They should be, because they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have threatened her. They shouldn't have did what they did. They were out of order and they're in jail. Good for them. But what does that got to do with the decisions that they made for themselves and their family to come over here to the United States and be protected in a different way than they are in the UK? And so they were protected. And so what are you saying? Okay, I'm done with this.
Those threats to her life. So the far right and racism, it was there for her, you know. And so it's difficult, isn't it, Vanessa, to just say, well, is this a one-off or is this a series of events?
No, it's not a one-off. Then all of it's one-offs. Everything Meghan does is a one-off. Everything then. It's not a one-off. It's her MO. It's her motive, and it's what she does. This has her written all over it.
Led Harry to feel, because let's not forget Harry mentioned it as well. It's led them both to feel very uncomfortable, very vulnerable.
Kinsey, in this country, you might say that we've heard a great deal less from Harry and Meghan than we were wont to do at the heat of Spare, and, you know, when Megxit occurred and when the documentary came out, you know, we seemed to be absolutely flooded with information about them, and then it all went rather quiet. And it's sometimes insinuated and sometimes said outright in British papers that their popularity in the United States has lessened with each month that's gone by. And I wonder where they are positioned in the hearts and the affections of Americans. Do they think they're wronged? Do they think...
So she didn't ask this question 2 or 3 times, and I know Kinsley's like, you just asked me this question. Well, Kinsley's gonna have to come up with another answer.
They're a injured hero and heroine. Have they pretty much had enough of them? What do they think of them?
Yes.
Well, polling suggests that Harry and Meghan's popularity has declined here in the States. Meghan's more so than Prince Harry. But I would also say, to be fair, are Harry and Meghan not taking on the never complain, never explain at this point in time? Are they pursuing the exact same advice the royal family would have given?
They pick and choose. Oh, you know what? This makes her look guilty. It does. Because she's always commenting on everything that has her name on it. She came out and mentioned Jeremy Jeremy apologized to her, and then she made a whole statement to us telling us how misogynist he is and how she doesn't accept his apology, letting us know that she's not a forgiver. She came out with the New York car chase. She came out with how she wasn't invited to the birthday party. Now all